Hey, what's up, guys? Joker here. Yeah, I'm wearing a suit. Just thought about changing it up a bit rather than wearing a shirt or something like that. But I think it's pretty appropriate that I'm wearing a suit because we'll be talking about MMO pricing models. Yeah, I mean, WoW has one, Final Fantasy has one, Lost Ark has one, and New World has one. I'm be looking at those games specifically just because they're pretty different and how they take and approach different things. There's a lot of controversy, now riled up, Asmongold's been talking about it, specifically like the WoW cash shop and something like that. So I'm going to go through and talk about what I think is the best model and and what's wrong with some of these other ones. So you look at WoW. This is just the internet. I typed in BattleNet, looked in, it's like bam, there's WoW. And you see here the game, $39.99. Let's just take it from here. Shadowlands, $39.99. And you go down, you also need to pay $15 a month for a sub. It's right here. Boom, it's at $12.99. $12.99 is that 6-month bundle. And then they have the cash shop where it's like boom, you see a shitload of mounts. All these pets and all these consumables, and then you see game services, boost $60, $1 per level, race change $25, faction change $30, character transfer $25, and WoW token paying real money to get gold in game. But yeah, I mean, WoW is the most in your face about it, and how they monetize their game. They want to get you in the beginning when you have to pay for the game, and every expansion after that is going to be $40. You get to pay $15 a month, or if you buy, a bundle 6 months, it's $77. And then the cash shop. This is where they monetize it. It's like, oh, you want to get a cool mount? Well, shell out $25. Shell out $25. You want to get a pet? Sell out 10. It's kind of interesting how they do it. And then it's like also the character boosts. Now, let me say this. I don't think a character boost really is a problem because, well, I guess it is a problem in the sense because WoW's leveling is really boring. Now, I played WoW retail and classic. I went retail, I went all the way to 20. Classic, I stopped at 10 because it was so boring. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's different. Final Fantasy's leveling. I have almost every class in Final Fantasy to 80. I'm missing three. Three. That doesn't count Blue Mage. The leveling in Final Fantasy is fun enough that the where I just like playing it and I like playing the game. But I think that's also where it comes down to is, do you like playing the game? This race change thing is very interesting. Because if you come here into Final Fantasy, um, the this is basically race change, $10. So WoW is charging 25. I find that very interesting. It's like they're doing the same things, but they're charging different prices. Yes, Final Fantasy also has story skips, but you can also level a character and stuff like that. Basically, here it is, $25. Boom. Your level, what is it, 50? As it looks like. Yep, 50. Ooh. No, actually, sorry. $25 gets you to 80. Very interesting. That is over half. Very interesting. But, so that's just a kind of interesting thing where it's like they have similar things, but they're charging different prices. And I think also what I want to get into is Final Fantasy. This is Final Fantasy's cash shop. It is not in your face like WoW. I play the game on console, I played it on PC. You can't really access the cash shop. You have to go out of your way, log on to the MOG station. And finding this is actually pretty difficult because they moved it around. So it took me like a minute initially to find this. And boom, there's your cash shop. You have your mounts, you have your story skips, you have your race changes, you have your different dyes and accessories and stuff. Just a bunch of glamour. Now you look at it, yes, they have mounts that cost more, $42. For an 8 character, so 8 characters can ride on that map. 4 characters can ride on this, $36. And then you see Cruise Chaser that drew up a lot of controversy, $30. So the mounts are higher. And what's interesting is you see these mounts a lot in the game, but people aren't pissed about it. People aren't upset about it. They're like, oh, this is just a thing that happens. People decided to go out of their way and spend money. And to me, that's fine. That would be fine. But Final Fantasy has the same type of model. You pay for the expansion, pay for the game, you pay a sub every month that is the same, $15 a month. It can be a little cheaper, but most people just pay $15 a month. It's fine. They also have the same deal where it's like but you have to go into the MOG station in order to get like 6 months. It's the same price as well as like $77. So you look at it, both games took the same approach. They both have cash shops. They both have subs. They both make you pay for the game and expansion every single time at the same prices. But you look at it, story skip, $25. Look at it level, $25. You look at the mounts. Yes, they're more expensive. How many people are buying these mounts though? I find it interesting though too that in WoW, a lot of the mounts you can earn in the game aren't really as cool as the mounts you can buy. You know, the mounts do different things here on the cash shop. They look different. They do cool abilities. In Final Fantasy, you get the savage ones like Ramu. You get the little slipstream, little thing that you get in Savages. Those are cool mounts. Even the extreme mounts that seem kind of basic, where they're just palette swaps. They're kind of cool looking, and they're also different. Each expansion has different sets of them. And then when you get all 8, you get a really cool mount that is really unique. I think that is also important. Is they're still giving you cool mounts. It's just if you want a really cool mount, you want to go out of your way, you can do it, and it's not really a big deal. And look at these attires. I think this attire looks cool. $12. But it's not something you have to buy. I mean, like generally, you can say you don't have to buy these either. But I think what they really do that's a little fun, not a little fun, well, it's fun for the board members, is they package the mount with the 6-month thing. So they give you, it's like, hey, you get this $25 value if you just pay the sub. But the thing is, they want you to buy that sub. That is more valuable than somebody buying it month by month, because if you go month by month, you can just cancel your sub if you stop playing. But if you're like, damn, this game sucks, but I spent 6 months worth of a sub, I can't just quit it because I committed 6 months. It's why you're seeing streaming subscription services like, Disney Plus and HBO Max, I think, also do this. They want to put this year one out because it's like, oh, we got a year from this guy instead of just 1 month when our cool, like, Hawkeye or Boba Fett, whenever those come out. They don't want you to cancel it immediately after that, but they want the year because it's like, hey, you might not be watching it. Who cares? You gave us your money. That's kind of a little underhanded type thing to make people keep playing the game, make it seem like it's active, so they can go on their quarter end and say like, hey, our monthly active users, this dude logged in for 2 seconds. Hey, this guy's still playing. That's a little interesting. Final Fantasy, I mean, Naoki Yoshida's said many times, you don't have to play our game every single day. And it doesn't really matter to us if you're canceling your sub 1 month and then coming back. And you see plenty of players that do that. They cancel it after the end of Shadowbringer's story, come back for the beginning of Endwalker's story. New World, very different from them. Yes, it is a cash shop. Yes, it's going to be in there. Yes, it has consumables from what I can see. But right now you pay $40, and right now it's on sale. You pay $30. So you're paying this one game to get this initial wave of content. And who knows, it might change where it's like, yeah, you're paying for every single expansion if they add that. Yeah, you're paying for a sub. Maybe they add that. But I tend to like this type of model where it's like you pay for the game, then you pay for the expansion, and then you have a cash shop. It's kind of what Destiny did. I never minded Destiny's cash shop because it's like, hey, I'm not going to spend anything in the cash shop, but I'm going to play the game, so the sub is going to affect me more. I'm going to be giving them more money because I want to play the game. So I'm going to have to spend $15. But if you have this model where it's a cash shop and expansions you're paying for, I'm not going to worry about the cash shop. I'm saving more money, and I'm still playing the game. I like this model more. I actually do not like Final Fantasy sub model because it also has everything. Now, they do make it more out of the way. Still an issue. I feel like you got to pick one or the other. COD is a game that comes out every year. $60 you have to pay for it. And then I have consumables you have to pay for. It's like, I'm playing the same game every year, and you're still asking me to buy these cosmetics that are going to become irrelevant. Now in Warzone, they like try to make these cosmetics not irrelevant. Game's free to play. Okay, the game is free to play, and you're asking me to pay for these consumables. I feel like that's fine because again, you don't have to pay for the consumables. It just makes the game easier. That's why that battle pass thing exists. You see that bar not going as fast, you get pissed and want to make that bar go faster. That's why the battle pass was created. You look at Lost Ark. Lost Ark. It has all these different bundles. And you say to yourself, wait, why are these bundles here? I thought this game was free to play. It is free to play. They put this here because if you're stupid and you like, oh, I heard this game is hype and stuff like that, but you don't take 2 seconds to look up the game is free to play, you're gonna pay and they're gonna just get free money. And also they have a cash shop. I have no problem with a free to play game having a cash shop. I do have a problem with this though. It's like you're kind of like falsifying advertisement. It's like the game isn't pay to get access. It's free to play. But you're showing these things as a pre-order. It's kind of like weirdly deceptive, even though all these things are just cosmetics. It's like you're kind of putting off the thing where it's like, oh, it's just like Final Fantasy. I have to pay to get in. But it's like, no, BDO also did this in the beginning, and I find it really weird and really stupid. And they also keep these up after. At least that's what BDO did. So I don't really understand it, but I do. I'll say this again: if your game is free to play, like Warzone is, I don't mind consumables. What I do mind though, and what people are actually fearing about Lost Ark is progress is going to be gated on purpose and make you pay in order to get by those gates because it's free to play. They're gonna have to make you pay because they're maintaining this game. And for years in Korea it's different. America and Korea were different cultures. They're fine with paying for these cosmetics and for these boosts and stuff like that because that's just kind of what they're expecting. It's like, hey, this is a free game. You might as well pay something to reward them for the thousands of hours you sink. And logically, that kind of makes sense. It's like, hey, I got thousands of hours of great content. Why don't I, give them $20 just as a reward? But it can. There's kind of a snowball effect where it can just keep on building up after that. So at the end of the day, there's not really, these suits. They want new suits. They want new shirts. They get some ketchup stain on this. They're like, I gotta throw this away. I need to. Hey, yo, turn up the heat, man. We need to go get $20 more. Um, that's just what it is. There's gonna be a model where a company gets money. Because guess what? These companies, they have employees they have to pay. They have rent they have to pay. They have bills to pay too, and they need something. You can't just get it for free. Everything. You're getting entertainment. You're sitting down. Pay if that's the free to play model. What I don't like is this WoW and Final Fantasy model where it's like I paid to get the game initially. I paid for every expansion after that. I have to pay a sub on top of that, and then you have the audacity to shove this cash shop in my face and keep making me pay more. I think that's just a weird thing. I think if it was a combination of free to play, sub, cash shop, that's fine. Pay to enter the game, kind of like Destiny. You pay $60, you buy Destiny, and it's like cash shop. Okay, because they're maintaining this game for a long time. Okay, I don't mind paying for the game initially, paying for the expansion, and then paying, having a cash shop in the game because I'm not going to interact with it. Somebody else will. Um, but they have to maintain the service if they're going to keep putting this game and keep supporting it for 10 years or something like that. They have to get some type of money out of you. So I think it's fine there. I think having this thing where it's like you pay for the initial game, having a sub, and then not paying for future expansions or having a cash shop, I think that's actually the best thing and something companies need to look at more. It's like if you have those two right there, paying for the initial game, okay, I get my $60. Let's just start with that. Or most of these games are 40, but that's because it's 40 plus 15. It's near 60. It's kind of like math at that point, but I think paying for 60, let's just start with that number, and then having a $15 sub each month, I think that's the best model, to be honest. Because you're looking at it, and it's like, okay, they get that initial pile of money, that 60, they can take that pile and support the game. And then they keep getting this recurring revenue so they can put out new content, build new worlds and stuff like that, keep it maintained and stuff like that. And it makes you try more. It makes you put in all that content. I mean, you hear like, with DLC and stuff like that, companies, they take that initial 60 and then it's like they cut some of the main content and they're like, here's your DLC, now give us $40. That's just like a meme type thing that people put out there. But no, this kind of like makes it so people put in that content all the time. They want to do that because they're getting a financial incentive each month to come in and make something new. I think that's a good model. Uh, Now the best model is what I've been saying the entire time is a cash shop and expansion, and cash shop and paying for an expansion. That's just for me because I'm not going to interact with the stupid cash shop. If it's pay to win stuff, I don't want that. If it's cosmetics, that's fine with me. Who the hell cares? I'm not going to pay for that. I'm going to play the game and get cosmetics and get titles. And I think, that one is not good for the companies because it's not a definitive thing. I just said it. I'm not going to pay for the cash shop. The sub one is the best one for the companies because to play the game, you're going to have to pay for the sub. That's what they want. They want that recurring revenue. They want monthly active users. That's what the suits want. Um, so honestly, that's why I'm probably never going to see what I want, because it's just not going to make enough money at the end of the day. Companies have moved past that type of model, and it just doesn't work for them anymore. But yeah, I know it was a long video. Let me know what you guys thought. Leave a like, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. Leave a comment. Which model would you guys prefer? But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. See you later.